Hello, Pokemon lovers, and welcome to a brand new episode of Rating on Pokemon. I'm so sorry, my door is open. It looks less cozy, but it's so warm. So I need some air. So that's why that's happening. Today we're going to discuss the Tao Trio, which are the big legendary Pokemon of the Unova region: Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem. Weirdly enough, Reshiram was the mascot of Pokemon Black, but I went for White, even though I really liked Reshiram a lot more. I don't know why I went for White. For some reason, I thought White, Reshiram, even though Zekrom was on the front of the game. I goofed. I don't like Zekrom. But let's just start. Let's just have a chat about these guys. So the Tao Trio is also known as the Tao Dragon Trio and the Energy Trio, but we're just gonna go with the Tao Trio because that's what I want. All of these guys have dragon as their primary type. That's why we call them dragons sometimes, because they are dragons. That makes sense. Although I never really saw them as dragons because I don't feel like they are dragons, but they are dragons. And I'm gonna tell you a story about them right now. So the mythologies seem to be connected, but it's a bit of a weird story. The way Reshiram and Zekrom were created is by two twin brothers who owned one single dragon. The twins used this dragon to create the Unova region, but they got into a fight about truth and ideals. The older brother wanted to find truth in the world, and the younger brother wanted to chase his ideals. This caused the big dragon to split into Reshiram and Zekrom. Now, Reshiram sided with the older brother, looking for truth, and Zekrom sided with the younger brother who was looking for ideals. Now, the two dragons are equally matched. They battled each other but could never beat one another because they were so equal that there was no way that one of them was going to be stronger than the other one. The result of this is that the two brothers set aside their differences and decided to work together once again. They decided there was no right side. Both ideals and truth were important. Now, this is all fine and dandy, but the two sons of the twin brothers kept on battling, and it caused Reshiram and Zekrom to destroy the entire region with fire and then disappeared into somewhere. Now, Kyurem's origins are a little bit different. It is said that he came down onto the Pokemon world on an icy meteor and that it's actually a guy from space. Now, the fact that it's found in a giant chasm kind of confirms that in a way, because apparently that's where it crashed, and over there you can find moonstones, star pieces, and a lot of extraterrestrial Pokemon. In the town of Lacunosa, there is a legend that Kyurem would eat humans. It would take them away from their town and eat them, and that is why people in Lacunosa's town are scared of the outside world. They created a wall around their town. It's like Attack on Titan. Kyurem is the Titan. No, yes. In Pokemon Black and White 2, there is an NPC that claims a whole different story, which is that when Zekrom and Reshiram were separated, another dragon was created, which is Kyurem. Kyurem is the leftover of that separation of the one true dragon. Now, in some of the Pokédex entries, Kyurem apparently is looking for that one trainer who can fill out its missing DNA, and that is where its separate forms come into play. It wants the missing parts of its body to be filled with truth or ideals. And that is why it's able to fuse with Reshiram or Zekrom, not both of them at the same time, to create its alternate forms. Now, the reason these guys are known as the Tao Trio is the fact that they're kind of based on parts of Taoism, yin and yang. Reshiram is based on yang, which in Japanese is actually known as the white yang Pokemon. Yang stands for light. Now, weirdly enough, yang is a masculine symbol, and Reshiram is a more feminine type dragon. Now, Zekrom is based on, you guessed it, yin, which means dark, and is actually a feminine symbol, but Zekrom is the male counterpart. Now, this doesn't really apply since they are genderless, but it's a fun little detail. Kyurem is based on Wujin, which is kind of the absence of yin and yang, the infinite absence of dark and light. I just want to talk about all the guys separately for a second. There's not much separate info on them. It's not really that interesting. But you know, there's some. So I'm just gonna talk about it. Let's start with Reshiram. Reshiram has a tail that is like a jet engine, and it uses that to accelerate in the sky to like really, really high speeds, and it's kind of cool. Now it can also send flames from its tail to burn everything on the ground. Why would it do that? Another thing it can do by flaring its tail is it can move the world's atmosphere and change the weather. There's a lot of weather stuff going on in the Unova region. Man, these weather trio and Reshiram, they're all gonna clash at some point, but we'll see how that goes. Now, like I said, Reshiram sided with the brother who believes in truth, and so Reshiram believes firmly in the power of truth. Now, when it comes to design, Reshiram's tail is designed after an electric turbine. It does kind of look like that. It may be based on a wyvern or a pterosaurus, maybe? And also the crest on its head and its flowy trails kind of look like smoke trails. And you know, it's a fire Pokemon. Meh. Now, Zekrom, the dragon and electric type Pokemon, is, you know, a bit of a badass. I know he's got a lot of fans. I'm not one of them. So its tail looks like an electricity generator, and it produces electricity that it uses for attacks, but it can also create an anti-gravity field, which makes it possible for it to fly through the air without actually flying. It will have minimal effects of gravity and aerodynamic resistance. Kind of smart. Now, like I said, it can create electricity, and it uses that electricity to create thunderstorms. Again, weather trio. Are they gonna fight? Who's gonna make the storms? Oh, it's gonna be me, Zekrom. No, it's me, Thunderous. Oh, let's punch each other. That could happen. Now, like I said, Zekrom's tail is based on an electric generator. Its appearance may also be based on different types of dinosaurs, like the Allosaurus or the Tyrannosaurus, but it also has some resemblance of the European dragon, which is not a real dragon, guys. Let me just tell you that once again. It's not a real dragon. Stop looking for it. Both Reshiram and Zekrom are created by two brothers, and this may also be based on the stories of Romulus and Remus, but also Cain and Abel, the two sons of Adam and Eve. Ooh. Zekrom's alright, it's just not my favorite. I think Reshiram looks cooler, maybe because it's white. Oh, that was racist. So the last one of the trio is Kyurem. Kyurem is a dragon and ice type Pokemon, but it is able to fuse with both Zekrom and Reshiram, not at the same time, separately by using DNA splices, which is when it turns into either white Kyurem or black Kyurem. So Kyurem is an ice Pokemon and is able to create a very, very strong freezing energy inside of it, but then the ice kind of leaked out of its body and got stuck to him. That's why it has these icy structures all over its body. Appearance-wise, Kyurem seems to be based on a theropod or a European dragon, but it also has these tiny arms, which might mean it's based on a Tyrannosaurus Rex, kind of slightly. Although in its separate forms, it's got arms. It's got arms. I think that was all I can kind of tell about these guys. I'll have to admit, I don't really understand them. I never have. So yeah, I'm just, you know, this is just what I know. And I think they're all right. They're just not my favorite trio in the games. Who's your favorite out of the three? And also, who is your favorite legendary trio? I want to hear about that. So let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something today. I still don't truly understand the Tao Trio, and I probably never will, but you know, that's me, that's life. It's okay. I'll deal with it. Have a very good week, and goodbye!